Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to another week of Force of Will news. So this news is going to be a lot shorter. I'm not going to have the themes on the side and stuff just because there's basically one piece of news to go over. I mean, granted it's a lot, but inside of that, but we'll just go over that essentially. Before we get into that, I'll real quick mention, I mentioned last week that we hadn't gotten any updates for Caster Chronicles as far as when the new booster was coming out and all that, and then shortly after I released that video, they did release an update saying that the booster box will be coming out February 9th, and they started releasing spoilers for the individual cards. I think they're doing a card a day or something like that. So at the end of this week and at the end of every other week, or the following weeks, assuming that they keep up with that pattern, I'll do a video going over the caster spoilers if you guys are interested in that. So yeah, pretty excited for that. So for the main news, in case you guys missed it, and as you probably saw in the title, we got our bans as well as a huge article from the CEO of Force of Will going over different things that they're going to do going forward with the game, addressing issues with the game and different things like that. So I'll go through that article. If you want to read the article in its full detail, I'll have a link in the description below for that. And as such, there won't be a Force of Will news article this week just because that's basically it. So I'll just give you guys the quick rundown. So the CEO basically went over how they've been going over and reading feedback from players, especially the US group on different, especially like the sounds like the US group Facebook page and different things like that, and are taking to heart some of the criticisms and different things that they've been hearing. So he went over different challenges. Challenge number one, he said he wanted to increase communication between the company and the player base, mainly the US groups. They said they sort of get caught up in their locals and sort of revolve around the local area as far as meta and communication and all that, and they forgot occasionally about the larger community as a whole, especially in the US. So they said they're going to be increasing communication for that challenge. Challenge 2, they're going to review their beliefs of what makes the game good, what makes it stand out. They said they want to have written out beliefs on how they feel about the game essentially and what makes Force of Will unique from other card games and different things like that. Just basically having a mission statement, it sounds like. And challenge 3 was being accountable for changes, essentially communicating to the players what their changes are and why they're doing them, whether it's changes in the game itself. I assume it extends to things like bans and just different things like that. I think it goes back to accountability and all that. And then they basically talked about refining their way, basically talking about the Force of Will way and how they're going to best explain that going forward and different things. Just a lot of just fluffy fluff there. So they proceeded to their solution. So solution number one, which I think this relates to the communication and all that, is bringing a new face to Force of Will. So they're going to be getting someone who's going to be sort of their Force of Will global liaison, who's going to be handling distribution information, writing articles, communicating with people, just the conduit basically between the company and the people, it sounds like, throughout the world. So that'll be really cool. I think that's very needed. Solution 2 is going to be sharing their founding beliefs. They want to write their beliefs down. They said in the same way that the United States has their 10 laws in the Bill of Rights, they're going to write down their 10 ideas that make the company who they are and communicate that best with the player base. And the last solution is making accountability a priority. So communicating different design changes, going forward, whether that's I don't know what that is. Very vague in how it says it, but I assume it, whether it's be rule changes, erratas, ban lists, basically everything. They want to make it more clear what they're doing, as well as other types of maybe actual game changes as far as maybe printing. The fact that we still haven't heard anything from Vingolf, and it looks like Vingolf isn't coming out according to, that's a side news date update, but it looks like Vingolf as of right now is not coming out, so that kind of sucks, especially with how popular last Vingolf is. So it'd be nice to have someone to talk to find out why that is, or for them to tell us, hey, we're not doing Vingolf because it was way too successful last time, something like that. So yeah, so moving on from all that, they then transitioned into the ban list. So they banned, as you guys know, is Griffin Racing Across Darkness, Prisha the True Beastmaster, and Captain Hook the Pirate. This is the bans you guys already know of, except now they gave extremely detailed reasons why they didn't. or why they ended up banning them. For example, Griffin, they basically said that Fox has so many cards at its disposal, especially with the 500 life Darkness Resonator that goes from your graveyard onto your field and different things like that, that you're able to tutor into your different things, that having Griffin with its excessive ramp and everything just pushed it over the edge. So that's why they banned Griffin. Prisha is pretty straightforward. She's just really strong. And Captain Hook, they basically said it was a very necessary card when it came out, and it helped with a lot of threats. However, with Lumia specifically, it just became too excessive how powerful it was with her blinking and all that. So you can read the very detailed things. There's like full paragraphs and everything, like I said in the article below. You just scroll to the very bottom if you just want to get straight to the bans. So yeah, so that's pretty exciting going forward. Hopefully, like I said, this article was very vague. It didn't go into very much detail, but they said that there's going to be articles coming forward in the future going over each point specifically and what they're going to be doing to fix different things in the game and communication. I assume they'll be announcing who they'll be hiring, different things like that. So that'll be really cool to find out as we go along, and I'll keep you guys up to date with it, as well as if you guys don't want to keep up with the articles, I'll have it either in the news or in videos on their own if it's a big enough thing to go on its own video. And yeah, and also look forward to later this week, I believe, I'll be posting up the Patreon giveaway video on who won for that, as well as some other types of videos coming forward, like I said, with casters, and we'll hopefully have some more gameplay coming out where we'll be getting together after this holidays and filming some stuff in person, as well as doing some lackey stuff and gearing up for a whole lot of stuff. So look forward to that.